happy? How happy are you guys? Can you make some noise? Can you make some noise? This is C-class. I want the next group next door to hear you. Make some noise! How are we talking? You know, it's very interesting. The presentation today was inspired by the CEO of Entrepreneur and Success magazine, Darren Hardy. And it's really about understanding what the 21st century in leadership brings. And what you have, can you hear me now? Okay, great. What you have learned here is something that you learn in a classroom. But in order to be a 21st century leader, it's something that you're not going to learn in a classroom. It's something that you're going to acquire over time. So this will be a flash forward, quick presentation, just giving you an understanding what it will take to be a 21st century leader. So the key success really to be a 21st century leader is understanding the leadership style that it requires for the 21st century. Speed of change is accelerating. We're living in an extremely fast time. Keep up or you will be left behind. Several shifts causing this acceleration. We all know technology is just moving at lightning speed. Knowledge and the acquisition of it is just rapid. Globalization and demographic majority. Now let me just take a moment and just break these four down for you. So first of all, in the 21st century, we won't experience 100 years of progress. We will actually experience 20,000 years of progress. Just imagine it. Try to digest that. Knowledge. All the information that was ever created in human history up to 2003, we have already created every single day since then. Think about that. How fast everything is moving. Globalization, competition for talent, resources, attention, and sales is no longer local. We are all connected. It is global now. You can work out of India in order to do sales in America, if you think about it. Demographics. Now get this one. Very important. Millennial generations born in the 1980s and 1990s will be the largest group to enter in workforce ever. In a few years, they will be half of our workforce. And in 2020, those folks will actually hold the majority of our leadership positions. So how do you deal with this? What does it take really to be a 21st century leader? There's really three core components. There's character, there's skill, and there's vision. Let me explain. The 21st century leadership is not about financial capital. It is truly about the human capital. It is about the folks that we lead, that we engage with, that we get connected with. The 21st century leadership is not about economical intelligence. No, it's about emotional intelligence. How do we really get connected with each of our fellow employees that we are leading? The 21st century leadership is not about control or controlling. It's about collaboration. How can you really make everybody work together to come and go and elevate the organization, your department, yourself, others? 21st century leadership is not about hierarchies. You all know the big pyramid that was out there. There's the general manager and the executive committee and the division heads and the department heads and the managers and the supervisors. And then there's the staff. What the top dog barks, the bottom will do. That's 20th century. 21st century is now about networks. It's building communities within your company, your organization, and have each of those communities, departments, network with each other, collaborate, and take the organization to the next level. 21st century leadership is not about followers. 21st century leadership is about leaders. Everybody in your organization should be a leader. Your utility person should be a leader. That utility person is leading the efforts in the dish room. Your housekeeper should be a leader. They are leading the efforts in order to keep the rooms clean that they are assigned to. The front desk clerk is a leader in taking ownership over the guest challenges or requests that are coming upon. Your sales assistant is the leader, just to keep tabs on the sales managers and making sure that they're well taken care of. So everybody is a leader in your organization. So how do we undo this ancient 20th century mentality? It is a game changer in today's environment. It is a mind shift. So think about it. What is a leader not? A leader is not a boss or a manager. Now what does that mean? Well, a leader is not a boss, because a boss tells you what to do. Everybody hates a boss. A manager tries to incentivize you to do what they want to do. Managers are wieners. They really are, you know. But what is truly a leader? A leader is somebody that models behavior. That is the one that really leads by example. A leader does it himself or herself first. They don't ask others what they are doing for themselves first. They're actually doing it themselves. You know, it's easy for you as all CHPs to just say, hey, do this, do that, do this. But how about let me show you this, let me show you that. Truly a leader leads by example. Most basic principle, if you think about it, but most violated. I guarantee you, if you soul search right now, we all have violated this one. I violated it. I know I am. I'm not perfect. I still violate it at times, you know. But it's a reality. If we lead by example truly and don't violate, we only will move forward. Our friend Winston Churchill said, I no longer listen to what people say, I watch what they actually do. You know the old saying, actions speak louder than words? Just do it, folks. Just do it. If you say you're going to do something, just do it. Just get it done. You know, don't add lip service. Make it happen. Always remember, a boss and a manager prod from behind. Golly, they push. You know, they give you that kick in the butt. You know, make it happen. Whereas a leader is really up front, and he pulls and she pulls the team, making it happen, leading, guiding. Always remember, a boss and a manager just say, you go. Do it. Do it now, and I want to get it done by tomorrow. A leader says, let's go. It's about collaboration. It's about the team. It's about bringing them together. Always remember, leaders set the pace. You, as CHPs, are setting the pace. Your organization, your department will only move as fast as you lead. If you have your foot on the brake, you're going to progress slower. If you have your foot actually on the gas pedal, everybody will follow. The speed of a leader is the speed of the pack. It really is. Many of you guys will supervise and you will lead a group of folks. They just watch you. Have you ever seen the eyes watching you? Every move that you make, it's your responsibility. Always remember, people do not go as fast as they can. They only do it as fast as the leader. If you as the leader slow down, they go, I slow down. They slow down. You know, if you as a leader go fast, they will speed up. Always remember, a boss and a manager help people to see themselves as they are. That's the status quo. A leader helps them see themselves better than they are. You know, a lot of times go out there when you do your recruiting. Find somebody that's better than you are. What are you afraid of? Okay? Find people that are more intelligent than you are. Don't be afraid of that. It's the power of knowledge. It elevates the organization. Oops. How do I do this again? Oh, there we go. Brian Tracy said, leadership is the ability to get extraordinary achievements from ordinary people. So true. I guarantee you, if you have a quick table discussion and you say, hey, what happened in your hotel, your department that was extraordinary, where somebody did something phenomenal in the last week, I guarantee you, you will all have the ability to share that. There's some extraordinary efforts. I think you celebrate it even. You have Employee of the Month probably, or Team Member of the Month. You may have Manager of the Quarter. You may have an annual celebration. Maybe you nominate somebody to the local sensational or the Inky Awards, whatever local awards there are, for those extraordinary performances. Reality is easy to be a boss and a manager. You learn that in school. I learned how to kind of be a manager in school. Actually, Rafe is kind of funny. I've looked at it. We've known each other for 18 years, Rafe. We've worked at 4 properties, you know, and I guarantee you, if you bring Rafe up here, he can tell you how I have changed as a leader. I have progressed. I can tell you how he has changed. We all change. We all get better, hopefully. But it takes skill and character to be a leader. Now that is something that you do not learn in school. This is something that you acquire through experience. And please take risks. And please make mistakes. You only learn from them. I guarantee you, all the GMs in this room will agree that they have made mistakes. I guarantee you that all the GMs in this room will acknowledge that they make mistakes actually every single day. You are not a weaker person by admitting to your mistakes. You're actually showing that there's a gap, and we need to fill that gap and make it better. Here's an interesting one. The problem is that 75% of people consider themselves in the top 10% of leadership ability. Many of them don't even know what leadership is. They think they're leaders. I'm sure you all have worked for somebody where you went like, oh, that was a horrible leader. But I guarantee you that person thought, I was the best leader out there. You know? But truly, it's not that way. Now think about this, how you could attack this. And I think this is all about soul searching for yourself. How to get the people you want and do what you want. The first thing is that you have to do, you have to figure out what attributes do you want. When you look at somebody that you want to have join your team, what kind of attributes would you want? Tell me, shout it out. What would you want in somebody joining your team?
Hardworking.
Hardworking, what else?
Honest.
Honest, what else?
Reliable. Organized.
Reliable, organized, what's out? Ethics, what's out? Personality.
Shows empathy.
Shows empathy, very good. Wow, somebody paid attention. That was a good class section, actually. That was very good. I'm glad you were awake. What else? Give me one more. What was it? Accountability. Wow, that's a powerful one, actually. What was that?
Flexibility.
Yeah, flexibility. Now, what I want you to do when you go back to your organization, your department, write down, so what skills do you really need? I'm going to give you a slew of skills that are extremely important. Number one is recruiting. Golly, talent acquisition is so important. I guarantee you, your human resources has not changed the way how they acquire folks in the 21st century. They probably put it online. They probably wait for resumes and applications to come in. And they probably sift through a very rigorous way in acquiring talent. Whereas, what can we do in order to find the right people for the right job at the right time? How would we change that? It really comes down to this. Best businesses have the best people. Period. Find the best people. Period. Be the best. Period. If you want a high-performing business, you need to recruit and retain high-performing people. Look at your top 10% and why are they performing so high? Analyze it, understand it, and duplicate that process. One great person can outperform 100 good people. I'm sure you all have thought about it. Golly, Susie runs circles around the entire team. If Susie works that area by herself, I don't need the rest. In my kitchen, I have Sylvain, the beast. That guy, if anybody calls off on that line, can sling hash faster than 10 people on that line. We never have to worry about it, Jason, right?
Yes, sir.
This guy is amazing. He's a beast, and he never stops. High-performing individual. Recruiting. Save yourself tons of headaches and heartaches. Great people are not trained. They are found. This is a profound statement, actually, from Mr. Marriott. And I believe that. I think he's absolutely right. You can try to train to have people to be great, but find great people is so much easier. You know, would you want to take the time and invest in this particular person that's underperforming and really go and see what the 50-50 chances that they will get and step up to that level of performance that you require? You know, when a question was asked, what are people really looking for? The people that you recruit, the talent, they're looking for people. Number one thing, they're looking for a home. They're looking for an organization that's warm, welcoming, kind. They're looking for challenges. Number two, they're looking for an opportunity to change. Yes, they're looking for growth. Sure. Fifth point is actually money on the list, believe it or not. But the number one, we're in the people's business. The cliche, internal hospitality, external hospitality. We are in the people's business. We have people take care of people. Steve Jobs said, I found this profound. When I hire someone who really senior competency is the ante, they have to be really smart. But the real issue for me is, are they going to fall in love with Apple? Because if they fall in love with Apple, everything else will take care of itself. Ask yourself, are you in love with your job? Are you in love with your company? Are you in love with your brand? Are you in love with your team? Do you have that love? 21st century is all about emotions, folks. You know? And you better have your heart on your sleeves. Recruitment. Who you are behind the words is more powerful than the words that you speak. Why? Because the message you're bringing, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Hopefully people will not talk about what you said, but what you did. We communicate with feelings, not with words. When is the last time you showed love to one of your employees? When is the last time that somebody showed love to you? You cannot convince somebody of something you are not convinced of yourself. You cannot sell something you have not bought wholeheartedly yourself. Be a believer. You know, the number one and most attractive feeling is passion. When you interview folks, do you look for their skill level? Do you look for where they have worked? Or do you look at how much chutzpah do they have? How much passion do they have? You know? What kind of energy do they bring to the table? Think about that. You know, passion is everything. If you have a passionate person, wow, that's already a home run right there. You know, what's the other skill that you need? Is selling. But what are we really selling? Ziggy Ziglar said, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people to get what they want. I jokingly a lot of times say I'm just a hospitality mentor. I just help people. I just want other people to be better. That's all I do. You know, I exchange ideas. Linda and I, we were standing at the table and Ooh, Linda at the drum, she has secrets. Ooh, my God, I hope I can dabble in it. We had a fruitful exchange of ideas. She asked me a question, I answered. Why not? Why not help her to make the right decision out of the experiences that I had, vice versa? She asked me questions and I asked her questions. Why? I'm not holding on to it. Let it rip. Let it go. It will make our industry so much more powerful out there. Selling is a mind shift. Think about not as selling, think about as helping. Don't think of a hit list. Think of a help list. Focus on what you can do for them versus what they can do for you. And they will do almost anything for you. If you invest in your team and you help them grow and get better, I tell you, they will move mountains for you. They just want to be great for you. They want to be aspiring great leaders. Here's another mind shift on selling. Don't think about getting. Take the selfishness out of selling and just think about selflessness. Think about giving. Give what you want. Strength, courage, confidence, love, hope, belief. Another mind shift. Communicate. I saw that one side. Blah, 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 blah. How often have you said in meetings it went just like in your mind, blah, 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 blah. But how about connecting? Connecting with people. Face to face, heart to heart. And even on the internet. Who in here is on LinkedIn? Raise your arm. Who in here got a LinkedIn invite from me? Who in here is already with me on LinkedIn? Join me. Go on LinkedIn. Connect with me. It's okay. You know, maybe you want to network with somebody else in order to get better. Only take a dozen or two relationships. I had the pleasure of meeting Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and Oprah Winfrey. And I'll give you a little tidbit. One morning I was coming by the front desk and to see Oprah in her spandex and her t-shirt and her messy hair walking along the grounds of the resort. When I saw her in her sweat, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing, get a little hand towel and a little bit of water. She actually came up the stairs and says, hey, how are you doing? I said, oh, I'm doing great. No, she said, how are you doing? And I said, loaded question, how am I doing? And I said, you know what, we oversold today, we're busy, we're going to make it happen, it's going to be a great day. She asked me to sit down with her. And we just talked. We just talked. She was just genuinely interested in what is going on in running a big resort. I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. She did a face-to-face, heart-to-heart connection with me. Never expected it in a million years, you know. But that's what makes great leaders. What is another skill that you should be having? Very profound. Sorting and upgrading. It's not sorting pillows or silverware or glassware. The biggest mistake, working with the unwilling. The cost of working with the wrong person is about $10 to $15 an hour. Think about in your organization, your bottom 10%. Are they willing? Are they ready to take it to the next level? Care about those that care. Wow, put your energy behind those. Ron John said, we must learn to work with those who deserve it, not those who need it. Life responds to deserve, not need. Focus on your 10% that are out there. Elevate them. Scare away the weak. Why? Do you want to work with you? Here's what comes to work with me. Core commitments. What are your core commitments in your work ethics? And are they matching that? And will they be able to take it there? Really focus on working with fewer people, but when you work with those few people, work deeply with them, get connected with them. And then they send message to their network and invest more into them. I don't know the right people. The art of networking. What is the art of networking? Will you all network with each other after this class? Will you stay in touch? Will you have a quarterly happy hour and just talk? Will you share ideas? Will you use each other as a think tank? What will you do? Will you connect with each other on LinkedIn? Because as you know, people move. People move from one hotel to the next. LinkedIn moves with them. So you stay connected with them. Think about it. You know? How do you convert threes to tens? Tens is the creme de la creme. Threes, it's kind of on the bottom. Well, focus first on your 9s and 8s, how you get them to 10. Then slowly the organization is going to move those folks that are already 6 and 7s higher, and so forth and so forth. Eventually you need to cut your losses for the ones that are not performing. If each of us recruits people who are smaller than we are, we shall become a company of dwarfs. But if each of us recruit people who are bigger than we are, we shall become a company of giants. So true, David Ogilvy. So true. Surround yourself with greatness, and greatness will come to you. We have the most fabulous industry in the world. We are on stage every single day. We create smiles in people's stays and groups that we have. We are the happy people. Surround ourselves with the best of the best. Why not? Do I need to possess any other skills? Yes, developing teams. You know, you need to be a coach. Where does it start? It starts with you first. Look in the mirror. Are you truly the coach? Are you the leader? You've acquired amazing skills during this class. Now you have to think about how do you earn to become a leader and to carry the message. Remember, when you develop your attributes, all those 10 attributes that you developed, live them every single day. Don't step away from them. Developing a team is definitely a mind shift and a game changer. Why? Well, I don't know what to tell them. Stop telling them. Do it. Just do it. Show them. Show them the way how it's to be done. Developing a team. Don't tell them to have guests to meet at a meeting. Don't tell them to have people on a conference call. Don't tell them to make three-way calls. Don't tell them to be positive, work hard. Don't tell them to be punctual. Don't tell them. Show them the way. Be the guiding light. Be truly the guiding post for them. People don't want to hear a sermon. They want to see one. You are the sermon. You are the CHP. You lead the way. You know, developing a team is kind of like monkey see, monkey do. They watch you. I told you that before. Everybody in your organization watches that leadership team. Ask the GMs. They have a target on their back. It's bigger than the world probably, because everybody watches what the leader does. They watch him. You know, and if that leader doesn't lead appropriately, everybody will follow and says, "It's okay." You're always training the people around you. Invest in them and show them. Here's another mind shift for you. Talk to listen. Keep in mind the good Lord gave us actually 2 ears and 1 mouth. Can you imagine if the good Lord had given us 1 ear and 2 mouths? You probably know people in their organization that actually have 2 mouths. Oh yeah, I know, there's plenty of them out there. Fewer statements, more questions. Drill down on the core of the issue and then ask for resolution. Work with your network, make it happen. Draw people out. What's your job? Your job is really find the hopes, dreams, and desires of your people. Align themselves with meaning and purpose. Then help them to achieve them. Do you know what the dreams and aspirations are of your people? When is the last time you had that question? Where do you want to go? What do you want to be? What's the next step? How can I help you? Oh, let me go to HR. Maybe we can put a plan together. John Rowan said, learn to help people with more than just their jobs. Learn to help people with their lives. They are people, folks. They're not machines. They are people. They have feelings. Emotional intelligence, very important. Engage. So what's the last skill that you really need? Well, it sounds like a no-brainer. You guys getting rewarded today and recognized for the CHP. You know, recognition is important. And you know what a great leader you had here that put you through this program. Anna is passionate about what she teaches you guys. Do me a favor. Please stand all up. With the exception of Anna. Please stand up. Show her your appreciation and make some noise for her. Thank you. Be seated. Do you know how you made her feel? You made her day today. When is the last time you did the standing ovation to your people? Selfless giving. It's not about you, it's about your people. It's game-changing. It's a mind shift. We all out there that are here, oh golly, my boss hasn't praised me. Don't think about seeking praise. Heap praise. Give praise. Be selfless. People work harder for praises than for raises. It's so true. That attaboy, attagirl on the clap of the back, or that shake hand, the handshake at the end of the shift, or the double that they had to do. Oh, Joey, I really appreciate that you pulled a double. You pulled us out of the weeds, and no guest would have ever known. That means a lot. Mary Kay Ash said, the only thing more powerful than sex and money is praise and recognition. Okay, put your minds aside. But it's true. That's all we want. Do you know that the ratio is 3-to-1? For every one constructive criticism or coaching that you give, you have to give 3 praises in order to have a positive, energized organization. It's on my mirror in my office. You know, transcend that to your team. Imagine you walk through your organization, you walk through your hotel, and every employee has this sign that says, I need love. All I need is love. That's all they want. They really want only love. Care for them. People walk around with those signs all over your organization, make them feel important. So really, what vision does the 21st century leader have? Measure yourself not by your rank and advancement. Measure yourself not by your paycheck. Measure yourself not by the accomplishment of your dreams. Truly think about what John F. Kennedy said. Ask not what your people can do for you. Ask what you can do for your people. It's about you. You are the CHPs. So really at the end, it is your success that depends on other people's success, on your network, on your family that's in your hotel. You know, 21st century leadership is really a privilege once you get it, once you understand it. It's all about responsibility and ownership and owning what you do. It's about opening opportunities and taking it to the next level. With the highest reward, not just being money, folks. It's really soul fulfillment. It really is. So Winnie the Pooh, as a final thought, said, you are braver than you believe, smarter than you seem, and stronger than you think. Don't be afraid to be amazing. Don't be afraid to be an amazing CHP. You know, I really want you just to do it. You know, when you work at the front desk and your desk is frustrated and they need your help, do it. Just do it. If your sales are down and you need to find new business, do it. Just do it. Go out there, find new business. If the morale is down and you want to cheer everybody up, do it. Cheer people up. Just go ahead and do it. If your rooms are dirty and they need to be clean, do it. Just clean the rooms. If the food that comes out of the kitchen is cold and should be warm, do it. Just cook the darn food. Do it. Take care of it and make it happen. If you're not recruiting the right people and you need to reinvent yourself and find better resources to find the right people, do it. Don't wait, just do it. If you feel you don't have training in your hotel and you need more training, just do it.
Amen.
Do it. Train people. Invest in them every single day. If you feel you're not communicating with another department, go over to the other department and communicate with them. Do it. If you feel there's way too many emails being sent every single day, stop it and do not send any more emails. But do it. You know, if you feel you're not connecting with the industry, go out there and do it and just connect with the industry. Shake hands with your fellow folks. They all want to just help. Be selfless. Just do it. Do it and do it and do it every single day. Every day when you come to work, just do it. Whatever you are doing, do it and stop doing it. Because we are 24/7, by the way, if you haven't figured it out. And the guests expect us to do what? To do it and do it and do it every day. Thank you very much.
Well, all I can say is that's why everybody wants to speak before him. So now I'm left with the baggage. Mr. Heiko, that was inspirational, very powerful. Thank you very much for gracing us with that presentation.